Are you looking for your next epic adventure that goes beyond just gameplay? Today, I'm thrilled to bring you a lineup of 20 story games that will not only challenge your skills, but also pull you into deeply immersive narratives. These are games where every choice matters, every character leaps off the screen, and every plot twist leaves you craving more. Strap in as we explore worlds where your decisions shape the destiny of dynamic characters, breathtaking landscapes. Let's get started. Days Gone is an action-adventure game set in a post-apocalyptic Oregon, 2 years after a global pandemic has devastated the world, turning many into zombie-like creatures called Freakers. Players control Deacon St. John, a former biker gang member turned drifter and bounty hunter. As he navigates this perilous world, Deacon searches for a reason to live after suffering immense personal loss. The game is known for its compelling narrative, focusing on themes of survival, loss, and redemption amidst a constantly threatening environment.
To use different tactics and strategies. Riding cross country through dense forests or on narrow trails through steep ravines will push you to your limit. Riding through abandoned truck stops. Small towns.
The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt is a narrative-driven, open-world RPG that follows Geralt of Rivia, a seasoned monster hunter in search of his adopted daughter who is on the run from a supernatural force known as the Wild Hunt. Set in a richly detailed and morally ambiguous world, the game weaves complex storylines with challenging decisions that affect the game's world and characters. Players explore vast landscapes, engage in combat with diverse creatures, and encounter a multitude of characters, each with their own stories, contributing to an acclaimed narrative celebrated for its depth and intricacy. The Last of Us Remake is a post-apocalyptic adventure that follows the poignant journey of Joel and Ellie across a ravaged United States. Set in a world devastated by a fungal infection that turns its hosts into aggressive creatures, the game explores themes of survival, loyalty, and the painful choices one must make in dire circumstances. Through its compelling storytelling and emotional depth, it delves into the bond that develops between Joel, a hardened survivor, and Ellie, a young girl who may hold the key to a cure.
I've been on quite the adventure, little brother.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
Resident Evil 4 Remake rejuvenates the iconic survival horror adventure, casting players as Leon S. Kennedy, a U.S. agent tasked with the thrilling mission of rescuing the president's daughter from the clutches of a sinister cult in rural Spain. The remake enhances the original's compelling narrative with deeper character development and a richly textured plot that dives into dark, mysterious themes, making the story as engaging as it is eerie. This game artfully balances the suspense of its enhanced storyline with intense, immersive gameplay.
Something's happened to the people here. My escorts are... Gotta go. Talk later.
Until Dawn is an interactive horror game that revolves around 8 friends who reunite at a remote mountain cabin on the anniversary of their friend's mysterious disappearance. As the night progresses, sinister events unfold, forcing players to make life or death decisions that influence the story's outcome. The game is renowned for its complex narrative, featuring multiple endings based on the choices made. This branching storyline ensures a gripping and suspenseful experience, emphasizing the impact of player decisions on the fate of the characters.
This is really getting out of hand, okay? It was all very funny, haha. Look at Sam walking around in a towel, but now I just really want this to be over, all right? You had enough?
The Quarry is a narrative-driven horror game where players control the fates of 9 camp counselors on the last day of summer at Hackett's Quarry. Unbeknownst to them, the night is filled with unforeseen terrors. As the story unfolds, players make choices that determine the survival and outcomes for each character. Renowned for its compelling plot, the game weaves complex relationships and moral dilemmas into a night of suspense and horror, challenging players to make decisions that have significant consequences on the story's evolution.
Did you hear that? Should we look?
Maybe it was the bears.
And why does everyone blame everything on bears?
Do
Okay.
you got anything better? I mean, like zombies, aliens, time-hopping Draculas?
Ryan?
Hey!
Red Dead Redemption 2 is a sprawling Western narrative set in an expansive open world. Set at the dawn of the modern age, the game follows Arthur Morgan, an outlaw and senior member of the Van der Linde gang. As they flee from law enforcement and bounty hunters, the gang must rob, steal, and fight their way across America to survive. The game offers a profound, emotionally charged story, exploring themes of loyalty, redemption, and the dying Wild West, immersing players in a meticulously crafted, story-driven experience. Ghost of Tsushima is set during the first Mongol invasion of Japan in the 1270s, centering on Jin Sakai, a samurai warrior on the island of Tsushima. Struggling to repel the invaders, Jin must embrace unconventional warfare and develop new tactics to save his home. The game weaves a compelling narrative that explores themes of honor, sacrifice, and the difficult choices faced by a warrior in crisis. Its rich story is enhanced by a visually stunning open world that captures the beauty of feudal Japan. Life is Strange is an episodic adventure game centered around Max Caulfield, a photography student who discovers she can rewind time. Set in the fictional town of Arcadia Bay, the narrative explores complex themes such as friendship, destiny, and the impact of choice. As Max reconnects with her childhood friend, Chloe Price, they investigate the mysterious disappearance of a fellow student. The game's strength lies in its emotionally charged storyline and the moral dilemmas it presents, allowing players to alter the story based on their decisions. Far Cry 3 is an open-world first-person shooter that immerses players in the role of Jason Brody, a young man stranded on a mysterious tropical island. Cut off from civilization, Jason must rescue his kidnapped friends from pirates led by the enigmatic and unstable Voss. As he ventures deeper into the island's lush and dangerous environments, Jason's journey becomes a visceral tale of survival and transformation, featuring complex characters and a compelling narrative that explores the dark side of humanity.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice follows the story of Senua, a Celtic warrior who embarks on a haunting journey into the Viking heartland and the depths of her own mind. Plagued by psychosis, Senua seeks to save the soul of her deceased lover from the underworld. The game masterfully intertwines Norse mythology with a deeply personal narrative, exploring themes of mental illness and resilience. Its compelling story, complemented by a unique blend of psychological horror and mythological elements, creates a gripping and emotional experience.
Do you still hear his scream?
She's scared. You destroyed everything. Fight me now. I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it?
The gods will punish you for this.
They can't stop me. I will fulfill my vow. Whatever the cost.
Batman: Arkham Knight is the final installment in the Arkham series where players step into the role of Batman, grappling with the chaos unleashed by the Scarecrow and a mysterious new adversary, the Arkham Knight. Set against the expansive backdrop of Gotham City, the game weaves a tense, engaging narrative that sees Batman confronting his deepest fears. Rich storytelling is complemented by intricate gameplay mechanics that allow players to truly embody the Dark Knight, employing stealth, detective skills, and combat to restore order. A Plague Tale: Innocence is an evocative, narrative-driven game set in medieval France, ravaged by war and disease. The story centers on Amicia and her younger brother Hugo, who are pursued by the Inquisition while also battling swarms of rats that spread the deadly plague. The game blends adventure, stealth, and puzzle-solving elements, deeply focusing on the siblings' relationship and their struggle for survival. Its rich historical setting and poignant storyline provide a compelling, emotionally charged experience. Marvel's Spider-Man invites players into the richly detailed world of a more experienced Peter Parker, who is juggling his chaotic personal life with his heroic duties. In this action-packed game, Spider-Man battles a host of iconic villains who threaten the safety of New York City. The game is praised for its engaging narrative that dives deep into the struggles and triumphs of Peter as both a superhero and a regular person, delivering a compelling and emotionally resonant story. God of War 2018 reimagines its classic series through a deeply narrative-driven journey centered around Kratos, the former Greek god of war, who now resides in the Norse realm of Midgard. Alongside his young son Atreus, Kratos seeks to fulfill his recently deceased wife's last wish by spreading her ashes atop the highest peak in all the realms. The game delicately explores themes of fatherhood and redemption as Kratos strives to leave behind his violent past while teaching his son the realities of a harsh and mythological world.
You are free.
We're taking her ashes to the highest peak in the realms.
Ashes?
It was her last wish.
Where must we go?
To a realm beyond your own.
There's only one person who can get you where you need to go. They call me Mimir, smartest man alive.
Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice is set in the late 1500s during Japan's Sengoku period, a time rife with conflict and strife. The game centers around a shinobi known as Wolf, who embarks on a quest for vengeance after a samurai clan betrays him, leading to the kidnapping of his young lord. As players navigate this dark and twisted world, they encounter formidable enemies and uncover complex narratives that enhance the game's engaging story. The plot is intricately woven with themes of loyalty, sacrifice, and resilience, making it not just a challenging action game, but a compelling tale of honor and revenge. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the second installment in the remake series of the iconic RPG, continuing the adventure of Cloudstrife and his companions as they combat the oppressive Shinra Corporation and explore mysteries of the planet. This chapter delves deeper into the emotional and complex relationships between characters while unraveling the fate of the world. Renowned for its rich narrative, the game beautifully blends dramatic story arcs with engaging gameplay, making it a compelling experience that builds on its revered predecessor's legacy.
As far as I know, Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
The life stream. It is the very essence of our star. The blood coursing through its planetary veins.
According to Hojo, they're connected to Sephiroth. Shadows of the Man, I believe he called them.
Sephiroth was in
Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, follows the thrilling adventures of retired treasure hunter Nathan Drake, who is pulled back into the world of thievery by his presumed dead brother, Sam. The brothers embark on a quest for the lost treasure of pirate Henry Avery, leading them across lush forests, urban cities, and snowy peaks. This installment in the Uncharted series is celebrated for its compelling narrative, which masterfully intertwines personal stakes with high-octane action, making it a standout for its storytelling and character development.
Where is the artifact?
I made a promise that I was done with this life.
How long have we been chasing this thing?
Long time.
Real long time. Just you and me. No offense to these guys, but they don't get it.
If you're done lying to me, then you should stop lying to yourself.
The biggest pirate treasure of all time is within our grasp.
Look, Nate, I'm gonna make you a one-time offer.
Persona 5 is a role-playing game that invites players into the double life of a high school student who navigates both academia and a supernatural realm. By day, players attend classes and form relationships. By night, they delve into the metaverse, a mysterious place generated by human consciousness. Here, the player and their friends, known as the Phantom Thieves, seek to change the hearts of corrupt adults by confronting their inner demons. The game is praised for its compelling storyline, which explores themes of freedom, rebellion, and personal growth. Alan Wake 2 is a survival horror game that continues the story of best-selling novelist Alan Wake, who, after saving his wife in the first installment, finds himself trapped for 13 years in the Dark Place, a nightmarish alternate dimension. In an effort to escape, he crafts a chilling horror narrative involving an FBI agent named Saga Anderson. The game excels in weaving a complex, eerie tale that leverages psychological elements to immerse and unsettle players, making the storytelling a standout aspect of the experience.